All right. I guess we're doing this thing. 4:14. MLB starting at 6:05. It's going to be a good one. Big slate, 12 games. Everything I'm seeing, weather's going to hold up. Dig that. This time of year, with this many games on the slate, there's bound to be some kind of weather issue. But no, sir. Earlier on, Philadelphia at Cincinnati, there were some slow-moving fronts coming, I guess, and they were expecting a little bit of rain and maybe even a chance of a delay. But that risk has been bumped down a little bit. They're thinking that the rain's going to chill out just south of the ballpark. Very low chance of any delays. I dig it. Guardians at Nats. Last I saw, there was a little cluster of showers moving in, and this is from Kevin Roth at Roto Grinders, very trusted, reputable source. But he said there's a little cluster of showers moving in around first pitch, and while it's not that heavy, it might be enough for him to start late. If they even, if they don't want to play fully dry, or if they do want to play fully dry. Yeah, so he's put this at like a yellow/green disposition, I guess. And of course, yeah, like he says, they do silly things in Washington. Whatever that means. Yeah, we know what it means. Late starts possible, but game should be fine regardless. I dig that. Let me get in here and make sure that we don't have any folks chiming in on this thing. I want to make sure that I can chat you guys up. We had a few comments last time around, and I totally missed them because I was chicken hawking these rosters. But today, we got a lot of options on the pitching front, and that's really where, you should stay nervous. Yesterday, Yankees pitcher got lit up for like 7 runs in the first inning, and who had him at SP2? This guy had him at SP2, and I just ate up my roster completely. So I'm going to try to avoid any kind of nonsense like that today. Not that we can help it. But I've really been sitting on Nestor Cortez and Kodai Senga today. Cortez got the Twins, obviously, who can play as volatilely. They're erratic. But Senga's got the Oakland A's in Oakland. Now, it's purely accidental that I'm wearing the Oakland A's jersey today. This is a Ricky Henderson shirt and jersey, and he's probably one of my all-time favorite players, if not top 3. He might be top 3, and he ain't number 3, if you understand what I'm saying. But I'm sitting on Cortez and Senga. But really, Luis Garcia and Michael Waka Flocka Flame, playing Milwaukee today. I hate picking on the Brewers. If you know me, I'm a Brewers fan. But it is what it is. Michael Wacha's definitely had his share of success against Milwaukee. I've been really wanting to go budget at catcher today because I'm paying up for pitching. I'm most likely paying up for pitching. Let's just look at the pitching slate. The hell with it. So we got a few options. Let's do that thing where we kind of just narrow it down. We definitely want some K per 9 pitchers. And we want that upside. And that's about half the slate, So we've got a lot of top numbers, like 8 and above, 8K per 9. If we want to stay at like 9 and above, we want that upside. We want to avoid any crazy run lines. So we're narrowing it down to about 6 dudes here. I like Nasty Nestor against Minnesota. It's in New York, by the way, Batter's Ballpark. But he's coming at 9,500. It's good to see him under 10K. I feel like we're getting him at a discount there. Luis Garcia against Texas in Houston. Kodai Senga against Oakland. It's in Oakland, but it's Oakland, right? Who's scared of Oakland? Tanner Houck is one that maybe I don't want to hang my hat on him. But if you want a cheap option at SP2, I like Tanner Houck against the Angels, 6,500. There's an implied run line under 4. All right. So the average run line is like 4.4. And they're coming in at 3.8 budget. K per 9 right at 8.5. And dude, the Angels strike out 24% of the time. So why not look at that for an SP2? And then Chuck Morton in Kansas City taking on the Royals, 9,100, which seems pretty good for him. Now, he's one of those upper echelon K per 9 guys, so I like him. But really the Royals don't strike out a ton. They're coming in at like the slate average 22% of the time. And then Drew Rasmussen also on the road against Toronto, 10K. Don't know how much I want to pick on Toronto, but he's Drew Rasmussen. We got a few options here. Those are my top 6. Okay. I'll tell you right now, spoiler alert, I'm probably leaning toward Nestor and Kodai, picking on Minnesota and Oakland. I don't know that I'm afraid of Oakland on the road. I don't know why anybody would be afraid of Oakland. But yeah, that's what we got going on the pitching front right now. I want to go budget at catcher more than likely. If we don't take Nestor and or Senga, I'm leaning towards Luis Garcia and Michael Wacha. Good amounts of strikeouts from those guys or from their opponents. And even though Wacha's K per 9 isn't crazy, he can still get it done. San Diego's favored to win that game, and I believe it is in San Diego. Let me verify. No, it's actually in Milwaukee. So that is what it is. However you like it. If you like it, I love it. Actually, is it in Milwaukee? No, it's in San Diego. So, I mean, even better, right? You got Eric Lauer on the mound against San Diego, and he's got an implied run line of 5.2, which is in the worst of today's slate. So, if you're looking to, getting some good outs, maybe some ground outs, a couple strikeouts here and there against a team that, strikes out a lot. I hate to pick on the Brewers, but Waka Flocka's got them, I hope that's what I'm wrong on. But those are my top 4 pitchers. Nestor, Kodai, Garcia, Michael Wacha. Now, first thing we need to do, we need to update these batting orders. So I'm going to do that. RotoWire has some great tools. I do my own projections from scratch, Daddy, from scratch. But they have a very good set of Excel spreadsheets that I like to work off of. It gives me the salary positions, like not only the actual position, but the primary and secondary positions. Because you don't want to be pigeonholing a player like I don't know who's going to use it as an example. Let's see. Of course, Mookie Betts, second base and outfield. If you don't want to, if you got a loaded outfield, you can still shoehorn him in at second base, right? So you got to work them at an optimized level. Okay, you don't want to eyeball it. I hate eyeballing it. I don't eyeball shit. So let's get these updated implied run lines. I can tell you, man, some of the pitchers to pitch on. And like that, some of the pitchers to pick on: Trevor Williams for Washington. The Guardians should eat him up a little bit today. James Caprillion for Oakland. The Mets should swallow him up pretty good. Yohan Oviedo for Pittsburgh. Just the usual suspects, man. Martin Perez, Austin Gomer, Tyler Wells, Louis Varland. Damn, Louis Varland's starting today. Even Jose Barrios, man. I used to have a lot of time for Jose Barrios. But today against Tampa, I think he's going to have issues. And then, man, like Justin Steele with the Cubs, I think he's going to be a really great pitcher. Just not right now and not tonight against L.A., the Dodgers, that is. I think Brady Singer is going to struggle against Atlanta. Pat Sandoval from the Angels probably going to struggle with Boston in Boston. I'd like to see something go over that green monster tonight, especially if we roster one of these players. But yeah, let's look and see what we got here. Stick with me. I don't know about y'all. I've been listening to a whole shitload of Hall & Oates lately, and I've got nothing but "You Got My Dreams Come True" in my head. Actually, there's been a lot of music on my radar that I've been listening to on repeat, and I'm ashamed to say half the names of these songs. All right, we got positions. Man, it's so important to – I got an itch in my nose, y'all. Anyway, it is so important to separate these primary and secondary positions. You know, this optimizer that we've built over the years has been dependent on those layers of difficulty. The more difficult it is for those who, you know, need to eyeball the rosters, the better it is for us. All right, I'm taking it. Here we go. Damn it. Okay. Let's make sure none of our pitchers have been scratched. I haven't seen any scratches. Yep, nothing. Good. I would like to have about a 15-man team tonight. But we got to deal with, 10? So it is what it is. I don't like these big slates. I really like the big slates because it really drives the ownership down. You think you got, you know, a pitcher that you want to roster, and you just worry the whole time that about 80% of the rest of the room is going to own him too. On a night like tonight, you probably don't have to worry too much about that. Well, let's see who we can scratch tonight. Did Marco Gonzalez get scratched? Let's look at MLB Fantasy Labs. Well, hell, let's just look at our Twitter feed. Hell with it. Marco Gonzalez. Starts with an S, not a Z. I didn't see anything about a scratch. We'll look at it in a bit. Looks like we do have a new starter in Seattle, and that would be Tommy Malone. That must have happened between my travels. Makes it a little bit different. You know, the same but different. Tommy Malone's a different situation. Somehow the money line didn't change. That's all right, though. We're going to see what we can do. Tony Malone might have just a starter situation or an opener situation, rather. Might be a bullpen game. Not sure. But I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's really look at these batting orders, though, and see if anyone else has been scratched. Or not scratched, but anybody sick. Okay, Will Smith apparently not going tonight. Let's see what the Dodgers, Los Dodgers, are talking about. The last I saw was a Brewers lineup. Sure enough, Austin Barnes, that handsome devil, is going to be starting. Cal Raleigh not going for, was it Baltimore? Jesse Winker not going. Garrett Mitchell not going. Matt Carpenter. Matt Carpenter's interesting because he was in my first iteration today. I've been sitting on Matt Carpenter all day today. Out of the park, Mark's not going. Mark Canna. Jake Cronenworth out. Key Brian Hayes out. Trey Mancini out. Chuck Santana out. Austin Nola, Rougned Odor out. Well, those are some pretty substantial names. All that means to us is we're going to have some value. We are going to have some value. All right, let's see that we've got everybody ready to go, and it looks like we do. We're going to take the top 106 players. I'm sorry, top 176 players. If anybody's got news on Marco Gonzalez, I'd like to hear it. Because that one totally snuck up on me. All right. We got some names. Let me make sure that I've done everything I'm supposed to do, though. Pretty sure I did. Guys, I'd like to know who some of you guys are rostering. This is it's all fine and well, but we got to have options, right? On a 12-game slate like tonight, ownership's going to be no issue. I mean, it's really a good day for baseball, period. No weather issues, big slate. You got your choice of whoever the hell you want, you know? And, you know, like the more I look at Nasty Nestor, I don't know. It's just that Minnesota is so volatile, man. They go off and just smack you around like they did yesterday. Gosh, it was Brito, Johnny Brito. I rostered that bastard, and I was dead in the water in the first inning. It was so bad that I just closed out my DraftKings. Sam Haggerty. I really like Sam Haggerty. And I think I'm going to lock him in today. I'm going to make sure that I've got enough second baseman shortstops. He's one of those that I was talking about, you know, the Mookie Betts situation with the multiple positions. He plays second base and shortstop, and he's a perfect guy to go wherever you need him to. He's kind of a budget guy as well, but he's got the matchups. All right, I think we've got a rooster to run with right now. All right, so I'm gonna fade Nasty Nestor in my in my main iteration here. At starting pitcher, going Kodai Senga and Michael Wacha. God, I hate picking on Milwaukee, but sometimes you got it. You got to do what you got to do, right? I'm still going to roll very much budget at some of the infield positions. Second base, third base, shortstop. I've got them all. Yeah. All right. If y'all are ready, I'm ready. Let's roll down the positions here. At catcher, I want to go with Machete himself, Martin Maldonado, one of my favorites, old Milwaukee Brewer backup for Jonathan Lucroy. Martin Maldonado for you gringos. Martin Maldonado, 2,300. It's got a very good lefty-righty matchup. Lefty pitcher, him being the righty. Over the last season and a half, he's hitting 1.95 DraftKings points per plate appearance. That's sexy, especially for a guy that costs 2,300. Yes, he's batting ninth, but sometimes you just have to swallow that pill and roster him up for just the budget numbers. So I'm taking Martin Maldonado. At first base, man, Dan Vogelbach against Jake Woodford. I like that. He's right there with his machete numbers. He's batting sixth, but he's got the righty matchup. I love it. Second base, Mookie Betts. I'm putting him at second because the outfield's going to be a little bit crowded. But he's got Justin Steele, and he's batting leadoff. Smashes lefties. Mookie does. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Third base, going Joe Ramirez, man. Cleveland. It's got Trevor Williams, very high implied run total for them, and 2.36 DraftKings points per plate appearance. I think Cleveland's going to smack Trevor Williams around, and we're actually going to have some more Cleveland coming up in a second. Shortstop, Sam Haggerty, taking on Austin Gomer in Colorado. Actually, not in Colorado. This is in Seattle. But Sam Haggerty against lefties, man. He is in the 8-hole, but against lefties, 2.56 points per plate appearance. I really like Sam Haggerty in this spot tonight. Then that outfield, Aaron Judge, Stephen Kwan, and that sexy son of a bitch, Rob Refsnyder. Rob Refsnyder, anytime he plays, it's almost like a guaranteed spot for me because he's always going to be cheap. 2,400, and he's batting third tonight against James Caprillion. I think Refsnyder's going to have a nice night. He likes to push that ball. Okay, he ain't got to hit towards the green monster. This is a good night for him, I think. Rob Refsnyder's he's a stud, batting third at 2,400. That's a no-brainer. You know, you're batting first, second, or third, and you cost less than 2,400. Come on, give me a break. That's the roster right there. If you want me to go down it one more time, starting pitching, Kodai Senga, Michael Wacha, Waka Flocka Flame. At catcher, Machete Maldonado. First base, Dan Vogelbach, a.k.a. Brandon Warren, my good friend, Twins beat writer. He owns it. He loves it. Second base, Mookie Betts, of course. And third base, Joey Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, if you want to be technical. He's at third base. Shortstop, Sam Haggerty, another budget guy, of course, batting eighth, so it's to be expected. And then the outfield, Aaron Judge, got Louis Varland, batting second, 2.78 points per plate appearance. God, it's sexy. Stephen Kwan, Cleveland against Trevor Williams, batting leadoff. And then Rob Refsnyder, batting third against James Caprillion of the Angels. So technically, any repeat names, I guess we're technically picking on Trevor Williams. But that's the lineup right there. Let's go out there and see if we can hit some cash. If anybody's got anything else before my laptop dies on me, hit me up. At Billy Graves SSC, that stands for Slasher Sports Cinema. Make sure you're checking out my podcast where I'm talking to some of the best and most fun independent filmmakers in horror. Talking to some really good ones. Stephen Moore is coming up. He's got a film coming up called Bad Apples. Can't wait for that one. Did a film called He Knows. I love this guy, man. He's a badass. And of course, check out Slasher U with Steve Feck and Christian Rao. Check out the OK Baseball podcast, which we're kind of dabbling on that right now with this little live session. But we got a lot of good things going on at Slasher Sports. Right now, I'm going to go ahead, sign out of this son of a bitch, and get my lineup set. I hope you do the same. One last rundown. Kodai Senga, Michael Wackett starting pitching, Martin Maldonado at catcher, Dan Vogelbach at first base, Mookie Betts at second base, Jose Ramirez at third base, Sam Haggerty at shortstop, and in the outfield, Aaron Judge, Stephen Kwan, Rob Refsnyder. Now, you know what to do. Choke up on the bat, stay alive.